This is the battle of A16 Bionic versus Snapdragon 8 Gen 1. Hi everyone, this is JD, your gadget review friend. Welcome back to GadgetRevNow. This is the battle of two of the fastest smartphones today, the iPhone 14 Pro and the Samsung Galaxy S22. There's a 7 months difference between the two. The older Samsung Galaxy S22 is running on 4nm Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 with 8GB of RAM and Adreno 730. While the newest iPhone 14 Pro is running on the same 4nm processor but A16 Bionic with a whopping 6GB of RAM and Apple's 5-core GPU. We know that even iPhone is lagging behind the RAM. It is very good in RAM management. This might be one of the fastest smartphone battle today. Let's begin. Alright, so we're here in our studio room and we will do a headshot of these two phones. If this is the first time you're watching this speed test, this is very systematic. We will start with a synthetic benchmark and then the real world test. So on these tests, we will do the synthetic benchmark, the boot up test, the refresh rate, the gaming test, loading of apps, reloading of apps, and Wi-Fi speed test. Alright, let's begin. This is the benchmark test using Geekbench 5. We close all open apps before we begin. While we're waiting for the results, the iPhone 14 Pro retails at $1,400 Canadian dollars, while 7 months ago, the Samsung Galaxy S22 5G retailed at $1,100 Canadian dollars. To make sure we don't scratch the camera modules of these two phones, we're putting Spigen Air on Galaxy S22 and Ring Camo on iPhone 14 Pro. By the way, speaking of camera, we're also shooting a camera comparison video of these two phones, and we will compare the newer iPhone 14 Pro to the newest flagship Android phones, including the older iPhones. While waiting for Galaxy S22, I noticed that Geekbench 5 named iPhone 14 as iPhone 15.2. I don't know what it is, but if you know the answer, comment down below. So checking the results, a very good score of 1887 in single core and 5398 in multi-cores for iPhone 14 Pro, and trailing behind at 1216 in single core and 3121 in multi-cores for Samsung Galaxy S22. Now we will do a boot up test. We will turn off both phones and turning it back on to see who is faster. While we're turning them back on, we will also compare iPhone 14 Pro to Pixel 6 and the upcoming Pixel 7 Pro, so don't forget to subscribe. The iPhone 14 Pro wins this category. We will just wait for Galaxy S22 to finish to gauge the difference. Now let's check the refresh rate. So both of them can reach a peak of 120Hz. The main difference is iPhone 14 Pro is variable from 10Hz to 120Hz and using 1Hz for always on display. While Samsung Galaxy S22 only changed from 48Hz to 120Hz, so iPhone 14 Pro can save more battery from the adaptive refresh rate. So this is the gaming test and we're testing one of the more popular smartphone games, the Mobile Legends.
Objective: destroy the enemy outer turret. First blood.
Playing Mobile Legends is fun for both phones. iPhone 14 Pro has high refresh rate and ultra graphics, while Samsung Galaxy S22 is as fun as iPhone 14 Pro, also has high refresh rate and ultra graphics. It's a tie here. Our next test is loading of apps and we will have a counter on top of this video. Next test is reloading of apps, so we will check the Samsung S22's 8 gigs of RAM versus iPhone 14 Pro 6 gigs. And lastly, the Wi-Fi speed test. We will connect one phone at a time. So for our Wi-Fi speed test, 43.9 Mbps download speed and 10.9 Mbps upload speed for iPhone 14 Pro, and 24.3 Mbps download speed and 13.4 Mbps upload speed for Galaxy S22. Both phones are connected to the same network. So what is GadgetRevNow's verdict? iPhone 14 Pro or Samsung Galaxy S22? Two different brands, different ecosystem, but providing exceptional performance. Let's do a recap. The iPhone 14 Pro is faster on benchmark test, boot up test, loading of apps, reloading of apps, and Wi-Fi download speed, and has a better refresh rate. While Samsung Galaxy S22 has a faster Wi-Fi upload speed. Obviously, the Samsung Galaxy S22 is the older device, and based from the speed test, the iPhone 14 Pro is the fastest phone right now. And there you go. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'll continue to compare these two phones in our channel, so stay tuned. And as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.